Jesus has got my back. I got a great story. Some of you have heard me tell this story, but I love this story. So this is a true story. True stories are the best stories. So years ago, I think I was a young priest already ordained, flying Southwest. But this is even before they had assigned seats and assigned sections, really. It was just go to the gate, A, B, C, get in line according to your section. And so I'm in C. I get to the gate. There's already a long line of people in C. I'm like, I'll just be the last person on the plane. I don't care. It was like an hour flight or something like that. So last call, I get up. Sure enough, I'm the last person on the plane. They close the door behind me, at least to the jetway, the jet bridge. And, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have to go all the way to the back of the plane and like sit next to the bathroom or in between two big guys, whatever. To my pleasant surprise, in about the fourth row, right on the aisle was an empty seat. And I'm looking down at it in disbelief. And all of a sudden, the gentleman in the middle looks up at me and says, "Yeah, Father, you can sit here if you want. Some of my kids are here. It might be a little noisy, but it's all yours." I'm like, sweet, we're not going to Australia. I'm good. So he wanted to talk to a Catholic priest that week. He was raised Catholic, fell away from the church, was in the military. A friend of his in the military reintroduced him to Jesus and the Bible. And so he had all kinds of questions. So we had this great conversation. And then, as we're landing, he said, "Hey, Father, I'd love to pray with you, have my family pray with you after the flight." I said, "Okay, I'll deplane and I'll just wait for you outside at the gate." So I'm right on the aisle. I jump right out. I'm waiting for this family to deplane. Meanwhile, the young man who was sitting right in front of me, who was not a part of this family, he comes back to me white as a ghost. He says, "Hey, Father, I just got to tell you something. The last time I flew was about 3 years ago, and one of the engines caught on fire, and we nearly crashed. So today, before I got on the plane, I said a little prayer. I said, Lord, could you give me a sign just to show me that you got my back?" And you came and sat right behind me. I was like, praise God. I was the last person on that plane, and that seat was open. How cool is that? That is awesome, man.